Hello， 欢迎大家继续回来收看阿卷频道啊！我们今天继续来玩这个《地平线2》的西域禁地啊。上次我们把那个东西呢还回给那个盖亚了嘞。我本来想去别的地方玩的，但是说不可以游泳啊。你一定要做这个任务了，他全部给你刷到完了。所以你一定要做买这个。
There she is. You ready to head out?
给我选有用咩？一定要做啊！
Look at us, 3 battle-hardened badasses forging into the unknown. This ought to be good.
给啊！3个一起走路啊？没有哦，那剧情直接爬山了哦。 哦，不怪这不给你去了，他是直接带你飞过去了。哎呦，来了，什么事？哎。 远峰人哦，打不进啊！我大炮。哎呦，可以有！ 哎呦，炸死自己的！
Well, that takes the keg.
哎呦，这个出来一下子死掉了。
Burrow, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith. There are obviously more zeniths than we know about.
Can't believe you fought one of them.
Almost didn't make it.
不要查他先，我看看有什么先。洗衣台这边也有。没什么东西。这边呢？ 看看附近有什么的，有啊有啊，还有一个枪头 ，OK。哦，还有啊，那走这边，都拉完线。哎呦，这个是打武器的。 他的武器有这个，但是给我都没有用啊！我。
Whatever the rebels did, it took down our shield.
但是他们打炮到了哎。
I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
What?
It looked like she could make it come and go at will.
What do you have for me?
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset. Can we call off this pointless search already?
I'll wait here.
Let's not forget who let it slip away in the first place. Now, I'd like to see results by nightfall. Do you think you can manage?
杰拉德啊。
Hold on. I think I see something.
死掉了喽。
The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
心啦。
An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else.
Aha! 看到这边有路啊，这种简单嘅。
Weapon's still hot.
蛋汤啦，
I
刚刚
need
爆
to know
炸
how it
啊！
worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off.
要等他人接才调查。And then 我们现在要怎样办？哦，那边还有。谁在睡觉啊？
Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area?
专门等他们呢。
I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
200亏枪，他一个可以打得完哦。他是自己也死掉了。
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up, all so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? The Luthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Val.
Come on. Muro, Piro. 这武器算了啦。我现在在哪里？我这边啊。这之前有的咩？我来过没有的，没有东西诶。 突然有一个大洞。
That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. Any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go.
啊，丢他一个在外面啊！哎呦，你不要冲动哦。
Something's holding up. There's some kind of old world ruin down here.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the proving lab.
So maybe they were after Luthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Maybe.
上頭冇嘢嘅，嗰邊係咩啊？
Looks like some kind of data center. I might be able to access the facility systems from that console.
極少啊！
I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed. This was a Far Zenith research lab. It looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Eleuthea's gone?
If it was ever here, then probably.
So, exploring another Far Zenith ruin.
Still searching for the At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
Or anything you can blow up.
This'll be in my stash when I need it.
希望真的他讲了没有的打咯，但係從來都唔會啊，佢一定會無啦啦跑一隻大隻嘅出嚟㗎嘛。咁好俾你唔使打，有咩嘅？搞掂，我跑去哪裡？這裡有東西喎。根本可以開喎，將我開咗個先。開個睇下。哎呀，極少。宋橋。直接按下來看哪裡嘛？哇，這邊很多東西哦。攞嚟呢度嘅先。
All this.
尋找資產。
Wonder what they were doing here.
Well, knowing Far Zenith, probably discovering amazing things. For their own benefit.
Find anything that might tell us what the asset is?
進展報告。
This.
I don't think so.
進展報告。走啦走啦。冇嘢啊，攞嘢嘅拿東西啫啦，都是給我們。
This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is, somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around. So, how is Erend taking all of this? Really?
Well, Gaia, the Zeniths, the Focus, it's a lot. But when I caught up to him in the dawn, he said he needed our help. He dropped everything and turned around.
Well, he's loyal. That's for sure. A control console to access the storage units.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
Well, let's find out.
Chẳng to. Ai呦，陣間又要開白啲咯。生黃飛油啊，這邊。算了，跑完了啦。
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
You're right. I should check the log.
有咩？我看哪里啊？嗯。看回哪里？诶，输入代号，他妈代号是什么鬼？ 对啊，这边呢？忘记有什么代号添？讲了。 应该是凯亚刚刚跟我讲过的噻。推一下。进报告，不是这个机灵给了，不是这个没有啊。求救信號327，237啊，拍攝237啊，哎呦，找到了，我以为是魔鬼。 喂，像这个上面刚刚我又可以看了，上面是哪里还有的？不要管它了。237。
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number.
按错不能会讲。哎，这个他是给人家利用了。
Aloy。
我嘅阿妹啊，啦 A 類字啊，孖生細妹。
Skin's like ice. Must have cut this from her head. But why?
Hello, Elizabeth. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you. My name is Beta. I'm afraid I must be brief. I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover I'm missing, and I still need to remove this implant. I had hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're viewing this, I may be dead. Be careful when you take on Farsiness. They are ruthless, and they have Eleuthia, Artemis, and Apollo now. But at least they don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with. You must succeed. Oh, this was all for nothing. Good luck. And goodbye.
So
she's still alive.
We need to get her back to...
Oh shit, they can fly? Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
What's going on, Erend?
2 of those Spectre things just fell out of the sky. One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
We're coming up. Stay in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Get her to cover. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
I'll protect her.
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl on the clone. Here it comes!
嚟啊！嚟就真係嚟啦！哎呦，就係你問題啊！
Ugly one, aren't you?
冯生你真係好樣衰啊！喂，他真的難看。哦，這個可以拆啊，然後可以做武器爆炸人這邊。好啦。 哇哇哇哇！知你勁啊，知你勁，知你勁喎！
I should scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots.
唔使爆啊，就係要爆你。講傻啲啦！拆不了武器咩？
That thing's quick. There.
Are you okay, Aloy?
Yeah, I'm heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Got it. I'll follow once the coast is clear.
Rồi để tụi đó. Một xong rồi xin nào. Xong cứu cho chạy rồi.
Gotta get back up top and deal with that other Spectre. I just hope Aaron stays in cover.
对哦，那个傻喽，最好不要自己走出来打哦。你要领盒饭哦。
Aloy! Ah.
等
Yeah, the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned
你
down.
不要去，你不要去。
Hang tight. I'm almost there.
你揾個草場病住就得咗，揾個草叢。我來治了，我來治了。
That doesn't sound good. I gotta get to Aaron.
來治了。
Aaron, I'm here.
Watch out! That thing's shooting down the center.
Should try some. Stay put.
走啊呢個！
I'll see what I can do. Spectre's not budging from that spot. I might be able to sneak up on it if I stay out of its line of fire. It's got some kind of shield.
哎呦，還真有那個武器，咁我唔客氣哦。
Fight if I take that thing head on. Shields down! It's on the move!
Ủa, 怎麼不痛呢？喂，哇塞！
No more ammo.
冇子彈。喂，你走啊喂，你唔好過嚟啊喂！咩招嚟㗎？
Get out of there!
中啊！
That acid on
Get
her.
that stuff on you. I can keep this going.
哎呦，我去打他，打不到啊！
I heard that crunch from here.
好死了啦！
Aloy, she's... Look, I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Long story, but it'll have to wait.
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Right. Yeah. Well, what are we waiting for then?
You two go on ahead. I need to take another look at that weapon. If I can figure out how that thing works, maybe the Zeniths won't be so invincible after all.
打到我嗨咁啊！打你！哎呦，我的酒没有加，哎呦，我打到鬼一样啊！
No!
哎呦，
Damn it. Well, it's better than nothing.
诶，乜鬼哦？直接飞回去啊！ 但是我刚刚丢了个武器，不用去看买了个武器咩？
I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze. If we can replicate it, maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths. I should check on the clock, too. Varl, where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Okay.
So the old ones painted their faces with...
Errand?
Huh? Oh, I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's two of me now.
There's two of you now!
有两个
At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying.
有两个你啊
What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. Guy reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in stormbird pelts. Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
加油啊
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
没有话聊就没有感叹号了
Aloy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm just, checking up on how everyone's doing.
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us, huh?
Little?
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe. What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again. Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine that machines like stormbirds once helped heal the skies. I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those stormbirds in line. You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
I need to get going.
May the land bloom in your steps.
I 吓死他们了也！这边也是不可以进。
Maybe Gaia will be able to get it open.
Aloy, glad you made it back okay. She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury? Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome. I don't understand. Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant. Is there anything that can help? Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work. Yeah. Booting up. So, hey boy, I suppose you want information about you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago? That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed. So far, Zenith established a colony world after all. Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable. Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves? Not their descendants. What? Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know? How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What do they do to themselves? I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants. And you? Does that mean that you're... I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, all so that I could serve my function. Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What do the Zeniths want with it? When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over. So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over? And when they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered. They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want. Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that? Well, without their Gaia kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that. The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you. And you... They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to Gaia and her subordinate functions. That's when I started to realize I wasn't meant to fix Gaia. That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth. For their own benefit. So you know about the extinction signal. It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her. Yeah, well, surprise. So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them? They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end they always do what he says. Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab. He enjoys hurting people. Yeah, I know. You mentioned his name set up a base here on Earth. Where is it? Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine wars. It must be impregnable. What's inside the base? Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus, infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need. Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met? I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space. Other survivors of the colony. You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened? All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A. The Zeniths never told you any details. They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius. Guess they survived old age too. How did you escape the Zeniths? Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. Then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Aluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity. You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Aluthia. What did you do, exactly? Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me. The one the rebels killed, outside the facility. But Venus dead? How did they bypass her shield? I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape? Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Aluthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers. And the Gaia root kernel? I told them I could capture Aluthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me. Well done. You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing? The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version, the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA. I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it? That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access. You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that? But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress. Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Farrow purged it. The Zeniths have a copy. So it still exists. And you got to learn from it. Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it. To have all that knowledge just out of reach must have been frustrating. All right, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or so how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaius fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths? How did you know? Optimal strategy, so? Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus. You don't have Hephaestus already? Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single location. Of course not. You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are. You were supposed to be further along by now. Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing. They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location. What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything. Everyone. They're gonna die. Hey. Calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
除非劇情要你死啊，劇情要你死，你講都沒有辦法啦，對不對？
Progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry. Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
死傻婆，不要罵到。
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
但係你嚟咗好麻煩啊！我睇下今日喺呢度，我幫佢講明整窿咗冇沒有？這裡應該還沒弄了啦，還要等啊！你看這門還沒開啊，還要等啊！不要跟他玩了，罵人了。 喂，今日，喂，嗲兩句。
Aloy.
嚟咗個。
So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment. I will scan it.
哎呦，真要幾有啊！
Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced,
非常先
comparable
進
to
添。
Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Aletheia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The two remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right. Thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be able to silence weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us.
歸根究底，哦，那個找人那個哦，時間線啊，現在剛剛好翻人呀，唔亂哦，有啲亂哦。我還沒學的，斬。
I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get. Hi, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
應該有話講了哦，又來啊！
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
I guess so.
Give her time. She may yet come around.
When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising. The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Faro, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic.
All three of the missing function were. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remain empowered. Unfortunately, attaining them.
I guess our but we'll need it.
Correct.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So you could build an army of machines, attack the Zeniths and take them out.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I can design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over, so they can build it how they want.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
Why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground. So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dahlgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at the Road Launch Facility.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise, how could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the systems designed through him, despite his failure.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
命运都有。好啦，吹完水啦。
Farewell, for now.
水也吹完了。喂，你看有支线了咯。
Hey, you and Darren okay?
Nothing some rest are
Just
fair enough.
哇，还有的聊啊！这个词
I
典
should go
线啊
back，to the.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
现在还有的聊啊，这都也搞啊。现在我们就去这个沙之海了啦，新任务。下一轮的主线就是去那个沙之海，哇，1700多那个菠菜，那个菠菜炖啊 ，OK 了 OK 了。但是这里又有一个支线，那个词典接了，词典才接了，做了那个任务先了，都跑出去看看先啊。哇，现在任务是一点麻烦了。哪里？哦，又来到这边了。喂，这边。哦，这个场景都一个直线哦，我还没做。好了，我们游戏先到这边了，我们下个影片再继续啊。如果大家喜欢的话，帮订个赞，过来把分享一下，谢谢收看，我们下个影片见，拜拜。